Okay, 10 minutes each day. Very nice. Good job. Nearly 500 and above now. Okay. All right. Yes, so this is good practice that you can dedicate your 10 minutes of your day just to practice lines. Line plays a very important role in our drawings and paintings. So you are not only improving your drawings, this painting part, but also drawings. You can improve your sketches, your freehand drawings by just practicing 10 minutes a day. Okay. So don't worry if your lines are not perfect, you will get it. One of the most difficult thing is getting the straight lines, whether it's horizontal or it's vertical, it's very difficult to get it. Okay. And everything start from those lines. If you go and search on internet, there are many line drawing artists who do beautiful works just with the help of line drawings. Okay. So if your line drawings are not perfect, it will be visible in your works. So why we are doing these line drawings? We are doing because there are tiny details. You need a good control in your hand. That if some areas you are done with 10 layers, you did lot of efforts you put in that area, and now it's come time to add the lines on top. Okay, or some kind of pattern you need to do. So at that time we have to be very sure that yes, this is how my line will go any direction. Like if it is vertical line, so you should make sure that it goes straight. Okay. Now, if I tell you how much I have practiced, so I filled my entire, I don't have, I was actually searching for that book. If I will find, definitely I'll share. But this is quite thin and it was this much thick, 200 pages. 200 pages sketchbook. Okay. And I just did the exercises that I have shared with you. What? Lines, scribbles, circular movements, okay, wavy lines, broken lines, strip lines, these kind of thing. I have practiced multiple times. I have not even counted. So 10 minutes a day dedicated one sketchbook will be a good idea. If you want to improve your drawing, if you want to improve your freehand sketches, okay, if you want to focus on quality in your work, these are the basics that I'm teaching you here. Maybe it will look like what I'm doing, just doing lines for 10 minutes or just circles for 10 minutes. So that is a basic foundation, your basic alphabet. Okay. It's really very important. So focus on those kind of exercises, right? Yes. So if it is not happening right now, see, Rama said nearly 500 and above now. So she's not even counting, and it will hardly take, you do the straight line from here to here, you do it in 10 minutes, you can easily do up to, 200 or 500 also you can reach, not a problem. But what will happen? It will teach you a good control in your pastels. You will know how to get the thick line and at the same time how to get the thin line. You will get all those ideas. Okay, so I'm showing you these kind of exercises to help you um, get a good control in your hand, right? So even if you are not getting, that's fine, completely fine. Anyone else having any question, guys? If not, we'll start with the sessions.
Ma'am, I want to show my work. Just
Uh,
have a look if at all it is good or not.
okay. Um, where are you? Okay, wait. Hmm. Hmm. Show me your reference image, Rama. Okay, so it's a shade. What
Yes.
have you used for the shade part?
Basic one was with white, then it
Mm-hmm.
is lemon yellow, then
Mm-hmm.
light orange and orange.
Okay.
brown, and viridian for that light
Okay.
red color.
Hmm. Okay. Right. Hmm.
I still have
Okay.
to give with the red. I'll go with the red later, ma'am. I just want to know whether it's going good or not.
Yeah, it's going good. Now I want you to use blue.
Blue.
Yes, in a base.
Okay.
In a base of apple, can you see the dark shadow there? Just like
Yeah, yeah.
it's looking like a brown.
Hmm.
Okay. I'll tell you how to get it more realistic,
Yeah. Red, blue, and green. Okay.
right? So today we are going to talk about the shades part only. So it will going to help you,
Okay, ma'am. Thank you.
right? Yes.
Yeah.
So we'll talk about it. Anyone else want to show your works? Anyone else? Aparna, you want to show your work?
Ma'am, which blue should I go? Persian blue or
You can use ultramarine blue.
okay.
Hmm. Ultramarine blue, you can also go with if it is quite dark shadow, so you can also use Persian blue. Okay. I'll tell you one thing. If you are not sure which color or which blue I need, you do the same layering. Okay. Till 4 layers, you do the same layering and then you pick your different colors. So
Okay.
even you can do this much box, big size,
Huh.
right? I'll just put myself on spotlight. So what you have to do this much bigger size box and then you pick your three kind of blues and half you do with the one blue, then another blue, then third blue and see which one is looking closer to that reference image. Okay, today we'll talk about these shades, how to get it. Wrong way and right way. This will going to help you to get depth in your paintings. Okay, so be attentive and keep doing along with me.
Okay, ma'am.
Once we do one thing, what you have to do it along with me and share in WhatsApp. I have my phone here, so I'm also checking your books, right? So it will be attentive here and keep doing it and keep sharing. Okay, so I'll switch my another camera. Which color, eh? Just give me a second.
Blue.
Yes, I hope my screen is nicely visible to you all, right? We are experimenting that how you can get the shades in your work. What are the ways? Okay, so first I'm going to pick the colors. There are two ways of doing it. Now, sometimes you need this way and sometimes you need another way. Depends if your work is realistic, what you have to pick, right? If you need more depth in your painting, so what you have to do, we are going to talk about that. Uh, so here I will pick yellow, then orange. I'm picking the colors which Rama has used in her apple. Okay, so you'll also get idea. After session with same thing, with same technique, you can create one apple and this is a homework for you. Okay, so let's take it like a homework kind of sessions. This will going to give you a classroom kind of feel, right? Yes, so I am using this yellow. Another one I'm going to use orange. So I'm going to use orange. There is my orange. Yes. Orange. Then I will pick red. Then I'm going to pick light brown. Light brown, then dark brown. And instead of using blacks, we avoid blacks. Okay, so let's keep it only for the last stage. I can use blue. You can pick any blue. I have this Persian blue here. I can pick this one. Or I also like this for shadows, which is ultramarine blue. I like this color for shades. Okay. So let's pick these three, not three. Actually, it's a range of color, 6 colors. Okay. And then I will also include black. Why I'm using black here? I'm showing you how we are moving from light to darker shades. This is for the extreme condition that you are done with everything. Now you have no other option to get more depth in your works. Then only we are going to use black. Otherwise, always avoid your blacks. Okay. If you want to include, you can include your Persian blue also. See, this is darker than my ultramarine blue. So you can switch the colors, these two. Sometime you can use this one or sometime you can use this one. Or if you want more range of color, you can also include this one and you can also include this one. Okay. But black is like always last thing. And then we also include white. So this will be common and this will be common in most of the works. Only 2% or 5% we use this. Maximum time, like 80% we are using white. 80% to create different kind of shades. Okay. So these are the colors. Now let's do it. I'm going to create one circle here. First of all, clean your pastels. Pastels should be nicely clean to get the vibrant work and make it like a habit. If you have this habit, you will not do any kind of mistakes. Now, don't procrastinate, okay? You are only using pastels, no other material you have, no water, no mixing with oils. So at least we can clean our pastels. And always arrange your pastels from light to dark so that you get a clear idea. You don't have any kind of confusion. Kavi? Okay. Now I'm going to make one circle here. Let's do it with orange color. So make a circle with orange. Right? And why I have done with orange, no logic here, okay? I just picked my color, something light. You can also do same thing with your yellow. Then what I'm going to do, I will apply the base layer with yellow. You know how to, you have to do it. First layer, low pressure and move in one angle. Like if you are doing 45-degree angle, So just use 45-degree angle in first go. And you can see now I'm little bit able to do fast. Why fast? Because I have some practice. You can take your time. And if any area is left, so we can just go with the shade, and with low pressure and light hand, we can cover the other areas, right? So we are done with one one shade of yellow. Now let's go with orange. Same pressure, same angle, and without any strokes, go slow. Do the half and then shift. Okay, so how I'm doing, like I have done this half and then I'm going to shift here. This one. Okay, again do the half and then shift. Again half, again I can shift. Once you keep doing this practice, it will be very easy and effortless for you to create these type of. This is only the starting phase. You will struggle. One painting, you will learn a lot of things. Maybe you will find it difficult. But once you are done with your single painting, you will be so confident that other paintings will be fun. Yeah. Then I need a red color. So I can use red. Same pressure and same angle. Even I'm not changing my angle right now. We mostly change angle when we think our colors are not working much. You're not getting results. Then we change the angle. Anytime you can change the angle in your third layer or in your fourth layer. And if some of the spaces you feel like is left, so you just go with your light hand in that direction and you can fill up the space. Okay, this much we have done. So what we did, we applied yellow, we applied orange, red so far. Okay, then I'm going to pick my this color, which is brown, light brown color. And now I want to create some kind of shades. Now if I continuously I keep layering here, like one layer, two layer, three layers, so that will look only flat. Okay. So in some areas I have to create variations. So it looks um, different. So here I am just going to, in only this area, I will create a dark line. So I'm showing you by marking this area with the light hand that this much area I'm going to make it brown. Okay. So I'm starting from here. Again, my angle is 45-degree angle, low pressure and go slow. When you go slow, that means you are already going fast because you avoid those mistakes. Okay, and you can see that this is looking different now, both the things. If you want more shade, like I want to add one more shade, darker shade. So what I'll do now, I can only this much I need the more darker shade. So I'm marking an area for you, this much. I want the darker shade. So I will add that dark brown value here. If you want more dark, you can again go on top of it. And if you are not able to cover this line, so what you have to do, just go the direction in that direction. So I can simply go this way and I can shape that area. So this much dark color I have done. So that means here maybe I did 2, 3 layers more. Okay. If you want to add one more color of this brown, lighter brown, you can do anything here. Like if you want two more shades of brown, you just add it. And now you can see I'm changing my direction. I'm not following that 45-degree angle. Because when we continuously follow one single angle, it will not allow other colors to sit on top. So if you have used for 3 layers, you have used 45-degree angle, it's better to change the direction. You can use any downward or vertical or horizontal, use any, but it should not be visible. I mean to say, if you are doing the horizontal stroke, it should not be visible that you are doing horizontal strokes. And that will come when you have a good control in your hand, you are able to do with low pressure, right? Yes, so I did here with light brown. Now what I can do, I can use a blending tool to blend this. Okay, all right. So if you want more darker shade of red, you can add that. If you don't want, you just keep it this way. At this point, there is no one rule how you have to proceed. But here we are learning how we can create the dimension in our work. Okay. So now what I can do, either you can pick your orange or you can use your red also to blend this color. So let's pick this one, orange. And I'm going to start from here. Small circular motions. Don't worry about that filling these dots, white dots that you are seeing. You don't have to. You just keep going with the circular motions. What you can do first, you work on the lighter part. If you want the glowing works, okay. So first only work on these lighter area and then you move towards the darker area. If you go from light to dark and again you come from dark to light, it will create the value variation. So always finish work on your one area, lighter area, and then move to dark area. So first, I am just working on this area. Keep doing this small circular motion, no hurry. Okay, if you want quality in your work. Now I'm going on top of this color, dark brown, with my orange only. So my blending tool is same. Okay. So I'm going here on top of this darker tone with orange only. Don't press too hard. Just with the medium pressure you have to go. Okay. So I got this kind of variation. Here is the darker value and here is the light tone. Now with my finger also I can go like this without pushing and shifting my wax. Just go with your lighter finger and keep dabbing. And it should not be visible that you are doing only in one direction. You sometimes do this way and you sometimes do this way. So see, and you I am doing these kind of actions with my finger. This C and this C. Okay. So with finger, you have to move your finger this way and this way. Now, once you have done in the lighter area, then only move to darker area. And if you accidentally move to your darker area and then you are again doing in your lighter area, what you have to do, just with your tissue paper, just wipe your thing. Okay. And then I'm going to go on top of my darker tones. Okay, I have done. Now you can see one line here. Which line? This line. This line I can see here. Whenever your shades are transitioning from one shade to another shade, you have to do really good job there. So if it is looking like dark brown and lighter brown, it's your job to fix this line. What you will do, just go with your finger on top of this line. So I half is the lighter shade and half is the darker shade. I am not going here and there, just on top of this line. You try to dab with your finger. Just on top of this line, you try to go and dab this way. What will happen? It will slowly get merged into half here and half here. Okay. So I'm just gently dabbing with my fingertip. If you have nails like long nails, then be careful. Otherwise, you can get the scratches and dent in your sheet. That's why you can see my nails are like this. Okay. So this is a one reason I don't have long nails because it gives me a lot of dent and scratches in my paintings. So I'm done with this. Again, if you want, I need more shades. If it is looking more orangish and you want that I need more reddish kind of tone here. So what you will do? Now I can go with red because by just dabbing, I have fixed my few layers, right? And now I can go with my red slowly. If you want to maintain the orange light, half you can maintain, like this much you can maintain orange light. I mark the area. And then from here, again, same 45-degree, I will again continue. Same as we did in the first few layers. Same thing. If you want to add one more layer of red, go for it. And now with this red, I can go in all the areas because I don't want this to be, I want reddish touch here also, and I want a reddish touch here also on darker tone. So it will look like a dark red, this one, and it should look like a light red. Okay, so it's very important. Even in the darker areas, we have to use that color everywhere. Now, I'm little bit putting a medium pressure here so that I can get more red. Just a medium pressure. Okay. And if you feel like it's getting lighter, that depth is not visible much. What you have to do, you can pick any of the darker shade. I can pick my brown here again. Okay. And I will again go in only the darker area where I want the dark color. I will go here with my brown. See? Because I want darker tone only here, this part, bottom part. So I will not touch any other areas. So slowly with my medium pressure, and you can change your angles, no problem. I can just apply. Again, when we are doing this, you have to make sure that there is a smooth transition when it is transitioning from one shade to another shade. So when it goes from orange to red, that line should not be visible in between. So when I say there should be smooth transition, that means when it is moving from orange to red, it should not be visible. Where you have switched the color, that should not be visible if you want to create realistic paintings. Okay. When you are switching from red to brown, it should not be visible. So like we were doing apple. So in apple, it should be smooth transition. Okay. Now, what I can do, first of all, clean your finger nicely because we have to start again. I am going to blend this orange and red shade so that I get the smooth transition. So what I'll do, I will start from orange again, dabbing with my light hand, and I will move to red. Don't go from red to brown, orange. Otherwise, your values will get disturbed. Always move from lighter shade to darker shade. And if you accidentally move to the darker shade first, so don't come to the lighter shade. Wipe your finger first and then you work. Okay. So this is a rule. Always start from lighter tones when you blend and then move to the darker tones. So I'm just dabbing with my finger. You don't have to shift or push or drag, nothing. Just dab. Okay. So can you see now there is no line visible? And when I'm moving from this red to brown, so I have to make sure that I will move from red to brown, not brown to red. So now I will dab here. Dabbing means simply you put your finger, little bit you drag and you lift. Okay. So put your finger, drag and lift. So it should be fast. So first my aim is to blend this line. This which color is switching from red to brown, it should nicely blend. You don't have to hurry. It will going to take time and that's completely fine. The more time you spend, more quality you will get in your work.
That means we need to do only dabbing, ma'am, not blending.
Yes, Rama?
That means we need to only dab it and do the blending part, not
Yes, yes.
completely blend it.
Hmm. You
Okay.
just dab it a little bit this way.
Okay.
And the natural textures which you can see in the base, your aim should not be to fix it completely. You leave it little bit so that it looks like a organic texture in your work. Okay. So you have to do these kind of thing, but not at one go. Don't try to make it perfect in every layer. Step by step, because it will go through. If it is hyper realistic, it will go to 15 layers, right? So your aim should not be like I have to fix all those kind of dots in one layer. No. So we have done this dabbing. We are not shifting or pushing the colors. If you do that, you are doing the mistake. So I will show you here what is the mistake. See, I'm putting heavy pressure and then I'm going to blend,
The pigment comes out.
right? Can you see here?
Yeah.
What I did, I applied heavy pressure and then I'm trying to blend. This is a beginners do mistake. And then they say oil pastels are sticky, messy, and it's a like very unpredictable medium. See what we did here. When you push hard and you try to go fast. Now, when you go fast, what is happening? Due to friction and heat, you are melting those colors,
Acha, acha. Okay, okay. Okay. Got
right?
it now.
Yes. So don't put heavy pressure. Never. Be gentle and light with your pastels. It will give you very nice and beautiful effect. But just be gentle with your books, these
Sure.
pastels, right? And
Okay.
then don't put heavy pressure and don't use like fast strokes, fast blending. It will just going to mix and blend and keep pushing. So you can see a lot of wax here. This is a mistake. Don't do this. That's why we use a dabbing technique. Okay, this way just dab, little bit you dab. Even what you can do, you can just create one box. Try just this way. I'll show you if I have. But where we did last time. Okay, you can create this type of shade, any shade. Okay, even you go with 5 flat colors and then you go with your finger. Now you keep make a aim that I have to simply blend with light pressure. Okay, I don't have to put much pressure here. Light pressure can't mix the colors. Yes, when you put the light pressure, it will not mix the colors, plus it will mix whatever is required. It will only mix that. So our aim is not to mix the colors here. That will automatically happen with the pastels when we do layering by layering by layering. You have to just make sure that we are settling few colors and then we are applying new color on top. And when it comes to blending, blending doesn't mean going with the heavy pressure. Do with a light hand. Okay, this way. So when you do a one box and you apply 5 colors there, then after that, you just go with your finger with light hand and just do the dabbing. You have some natural oils in your finger and it will mix and give you the nice result. Okay. Now you will not get it in one go. It will take some time when you keep doing it. And if you have problem doing just direct with your finger, Then in that case, what you can do, you can use a tissue paper, just roll in your finger this way, clean tissue paper, okay? And then you dab it with slow hand. Same thing, all right? So for mixing, we are using our um, pastels, okay? Not the finger. We have to just use our pastels for mixing the colors. But here, mixing is not, we are not doing mixing. We are just applying the layers on top and then we are doing little bit dabbing. Dabbing means you are fixing that shade on the spot, right? This way. Now, if you want more darkness, you want more dimension in your work, what you can do? Like what is left in my set now? Let's check. I have used yellow, I have used orange, I have used red color, I have used brown, two type of browns I have used. Now what is left? I am left with this color, these colors. Okay. Now this is your thing, how much depth you want in your work. What is your desire? Okay. So let's see what we can do. I am going to use this ultramarine blue now. And I want more depth here. So I will go nicely with my light hand because there are now, I can say 5 to 6 layers which I added. So this time I have to be very gentle. Just use the low pressure and you have already done the dabbing. That means your base layers are fixed there. Okay. Now, if you apply another layer with light and gentle hand, you will able to apply on top easily. Okay. So I just want this area, only this area to be dark so that I can create that more depth. Go with light hand. No need to go fast. Otherwise, you will see the patches. And sometimes you can feel like my colors are coming off. Why that will happen? Because maybe your base layers are soft than your this layer. That means your base colors are softer than your ultramarine color. It happens many times. Okay. So what you have to do in that case, either you can switch your color, just check if maybe your Persian blue is working good. It's much softer than ultramarine blue. You can check that, right? And if you are not experiencing different, you feel like my colors are still hard. So what you can do, you can just change the direction the way you are doing. You can do circular motion or you can just use a vertical direction or horizontal. Do anything other than going in one direction. So you shift the direction. So I can now shift the direction and you have to be gentle and light with your layers. Okay. And slowly I'm going here because I want to create that balance. I applied. So this is it's looking much darker now and I can see more depth here. What I can do, um, now I am missing some red here. Although it is visible, but I want red to be more visible. What I'll do, from here, again, I will go with my red color. And it's your wish you want to change the direction or not. I will go this way with my light hand. Okay. I have done this. And now the top section, if you want to add more orange, you can. So first I will clean my pastel and I will again go on top of orange. And little bit I want to blend this line which is orange and moving towards red. So I want to blend that line. Again, no heavy pressure at all. And even you can go on top of this darker tone to blend it more. Okay, but I'm not going to add here because I want more darker shades. So if you want less shade, what you can do, you can use orange or red on top if you don't want much darker shade. If you want darker shade, so then don't go on top. Okay, so you let this area, it should be same. What I can do, I can again use this one because it is looking lighter to me right now. I can again go with this shade and I can add more. Now, if you want more darker shades, I am putting more pressure here. Only in this line, it will give me more depth. Just this line. Okay. But none of my layers I have used heavy pressure. So avoid heavy pressures. And then just dab it. Now, can anyone tell me that what is missing right now here? What is missing? We have added colors, but one thing is missing.
Bright spot, ma'am.
Highlight.
Yes. Yes. What is missing? Highlights and
Highlights
bright
the bright
spots,
spots.
right? So bright spots are missing. That will give you more depth in your work. What you have to do, you have to use a white on top to get that light. Okay. How to get more light? I have to show you the entire process again. But this is for a medium kind of light where you want a variation of orange. Okay. So here I'm going on top with white. And now I want with my finger, again, I'm going to dab so that accidentally I don't create any kind of hard lines. So always avoid hard lines. Always avoid a quick jumps. Quick jumps means immediately there is red and then immediately I can see the orange color. It should not be like that. No line should be there. If you are moving from red to orange, it should be smooth transition. So that we call jumps. So you don't have to jump from one shade to another. Always there should be a smooth transition. Okay. So I added uh, white here. And when I'm moving towards little bit this red kind of tone, so I have to make sure that there is no line. Otherwise, I'll not get the realistic kind of effect. a smooth outline as with other mediums of color, because yes, yes, it's possible. You can do it, right? We can get it. Don't worry. I'll show you that. And if you want this light to be more white, just keep going on top with light pressure. Okay. So only here I want some light, and rest again I'm going to clean my finger because I have to blend it, or switch your finger so I can use another finger and just go on top because we don't want any line here. Now, this is what we have done. So one thing I have to discuss with you, that we will do another one, I think, not this one. If you miss the highlight by mistake, if you miss the highlight in your work, now you have no other option. What you have to do, you should have some kind of knife. Okay, this is palette knife. You just scratch your pastel this way from top. Okay, you get it this way, and then you immediately put here on top with light hand. Okay, and now your job is to blend that line. It should not be harsh. Okay. Now this is a way, and for this we switch different colors. We pick softer colors if we want to add more highlights on top, right? But if you have only your hard pastels, then in that case the approach is different, right? So this is a one thing that I have shown you. Another one, I am doing the same box or same circle, and it will look more realistic this time, okay? So if you want more realism in your work, what is the approach? First thing is, you have to pick your bite. Now, if you want to make a note, just make a note. Wherever is highlight visible in your work, wherever you feel like there is a bright tone, you have to secure that area with white first. So what should go first? White. Okay. So let's do the box again here. Not box, I'm going to do the circle. This time I'll do the small one, not the biggest size. And you can see how much time we are taking. Okay, so it takes time. Now let's suppose I want a highlight here, this area, the top section, exactly the same place. If I want the bright light in my apple, let's suppose this is my apple and I want a bright highlight here. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to use my white color first to secure that area. Make sure the pastel is clean. And now I'm going to go here. I can apply heavy pressure also because I want to make sure that my area is safe. So if I want the good highlight here, I will just go and secure that area with white. Okay, done. Now I'm going to go with the same techniques. First yellow, then orange, then reds and browns. So same thing I will again do. And this time I'm going fast so that I can show you most of the part. Rest will be same. And I will also go on top of white. So don't worry, your base is already sealed and secure. Okay. So I can go with my yellow on top with light pressure. No heavy pressure at all. So one layer is done. I'm going to use my orange, and same I'm going everywhere, like on top of this white also. Done. I'm going to use my red. Now red I only want in this area, this much area. Okay. So I can shade the rest of the areas. Done with red. If you want more red, you can do it. Then I will switch to my brown, lighter brown, and light brown I only want in this area. Now this brown is softer. Okay, so it can give me a trouble while layering or blending. So the good thing is either you avoid this color in layerings. Okay, so if you have some other kind of brown, I also have this brown, which is burnt sienna. Either you can use this brown or any other color which is close to this color. But don't use the softer colors in between. It will give you problem, right? So I am avoiding that color and I'm using this one is much better, burnt sienna. Burnt sienna is just a brown color. And here I'm shading. Okay. So I applied this color here. Now dark brown. Yes, yes, Sneha, you can do. On top of white, you have to do yellow and all the colors. That means your white color is more chalky. I'll tell you why this happens, okay? I'll give you the reason. Half I use this dark brown. And now I feel like my red is not visible much. It is somewhere lost. So I can again pick my red and I can increase the red here in this part. Okay. And same I can little bit I can go with this red on top of brown. Anyways, because it's a dark color, so it will not going to affect much. So I can go with red on browns. It's okay to go with your another color on top of dark colors. But if you go and do this mistake in your lighter tone, so you will lose the highlights. Okay, or lighter colors. On top of darker colors, you can go, no problem at all. And we do this so that we can create the balance that I have red here. So I also have red touches on top of darker colors. Okay. If you want, you can again go and use your brown here. Only just this part. Okay, I did. Now, if you want more depth, you can use blue. Now, first case we did blending first and then we use blue on top. That is also a way. Here I'm showing you a different way that I am not doing any mixing so far, just applying this color here. And this will give me more depth in my work. You only apply this color wherever you want. Okay. I'm done. I have done with lighter hand. Still, if you feel like that you want some reddish kind of touch, so you can do it. You can go with your red on top of this blue so that you get more of reddish kind of touches. Okay. And then you can go with your now blending tool. I am avoiding yellow. Why? Because I want more to be uh, reddish kind of tones. So orange is good. But if I use yellow, yellow will going to make my colors completely bright. Okay, I don't want that. So I'm going to start from orange here and you can see how I'm using small circular motion. And on top of white also I'm going small circular motion. Don't worry about the highlight. We are not putting any pressure, so it will not going to disturb. But go with the small circular motions. And meanwhile, you see the pigment, this darker color particles here on my pastel. And if you go again on top of lighter shades, so it will going to disturb your lighter values. So make sure you are keep cleaning your pastels. And if you don't want your this darker color to be light, then you don't apply on top of dark color. You only mix till reds, right? And here what I can do, I can just go with my red on top, on darker shade. Otherwise, it will lighter that value. So here, what is my hand pressure? It's medium, low to medium. Now what I can do? I can use my finger. Starting from highlights, that means the lighter shades. Be gentle. And I told you that you have to use these marks like one this way and one this way. This both the direction, this and this. What I'm doing this C and then this C. These are the angles. I'm just fixing the colors. Don't try to blend it. Don't try to fix these white spots. No, just you dab it with little bit with light pressure. I'm just dabbing and it will automatically happen. You don't have to worry about it. And if you are not able to do with your finger, you can use the tissue paper. Okay. There is again possibility. If you want more depth, you again go with your color. So I can go with my this ultramarine color again on top of it. And I am experiencing that my colors are coming off. So at this time, either you can switch your color, some different blue to create same kind of effect, or you keep switching your directions. So if I'm doing the same angle from long time, you switch different angle and do it with light hand. And this is ongoing process. Sometimes you will feel you need red more, sometimes you will feel you need more orange tone, sometimes you will again feel like that I need to adjust the darker values. So when we work with the flowers or any kind of subject, we keep blending and we keep adding, then again we blend, then again we add. Okay, so this is ongoing process. If I feel I need more red here, I can again go with my red with lighter hand. I can again add that red, and even on top of this darker color, you can go. Not completely, but half, right? If you feel like you need more orange, you can go with light hand and you can add them. Okay. Now you know in base what we did, we applied first layer of white. That means we have secured that area. So I will use any sharp tool. I have this palette knife. Either you can use this, or if you have toothpick, you can use that, or you must be having a scratching tool, even you can use that. Okay, I don't have a scratching tool. So I'm just going to see, scratch this surface. Now you imagine you are just holding pencil. And this is the process that we are doing the reverse process. Okay, we are not applying colors, here we are lifting colors. So this is also a technique. So I am with my light hand and I'm imagining that this is my pencil, and with my light hand I'm scratching the surface. Now you don't do with heavy pressure, because we want different kind of highlight. Somewhere we want strong highlight and somewhere we want soft highlight. Okay, so right now what I'm doing, I want to achieve a soft highlight in that area. So I will go with my light hand and I will just scratch it. If you imagine you are holding pencil, so you will not scratch much. I'm not using the tip part. I always use the flat part for scratching. Because when you use a flat part, you get softer edges, not the hard edges. So here I'm using the softer part this way with low pressure, very, very low and gentle pressure. And same you have to do with apples, right? This low pressure. So not everywhere I'm lifting the orange color. Somewhere I'm also making my orange color lighter. Okay. So wherever you feel like you want to lift the color or add the shade. So see, this is just a shade which I'm doing. And then keep wiping. So this was my lighter pressure. Okay. Wherever you want the soft light, you can use that. Now I want highlight, bright light. So I'm going to scratch more. I got a bright light here. Okay. Now what happens when we scratch the surface? We are actually getting these kind of marks which create the sharp edges while scratching. Okay. So when we scratch any surface, you will get the hard edges. Just make your tool flat and you first of all wipe it off, and then you with your tool you can just go this way and you can soft those edges, not on top of bright light. Just stay away from that light. Okay, once it is gone, it's gone. Now there is nothing left in base. So this way you can softer the other areas. I will not go on top of that bright light, but around that bright light I can go and fix these edges. If you want more, you can do it. Okay. So this is how we'll get the highlight part. You can spend more good time to create more depth in your work. If you want more darker color here, you add more darker color. Okay. But once your this scratching thing should be a last thing. That means when you're only 1% of or 2% of painting is left, you only do at that time, not in middle, not in, when you think like I'm completely done with my painting, then you scratch the surface to get the highlights. Okay. So this was today's session where we have learned how to create different kind of highlights. Where you want softer light, you can directly go like this. Where you want the bright lights in your work, so you secure your base with white first. Okay. Other than that, process is completely same. So sometime your subject will have a soft light. Sometime your subject can have a strong light. If you don't want this much strong, you want it to be light. So again, you can go with your finger and you can dab it on top. And this bright light will get softer. So even you can use that. But make sure if you are doing it, then you have no other option to get the bright lights again. Okay. Any other question, guys? Only 5 minutes will continue more.